What's going on, guys? It is Powerbang, and before we get into today's video, I wanted to let you know that I'm running a contest for the remainder of this month. If we're able to build a Banger Nation to 400,000 subscribers by the end of May, I'll be sending out a brand new high-end phone to a lucky subscriber. So if you have not subscribed already, 1, you're missing out. 2, do it. Click that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. We would love to have you. And 3, you'll have a shot at a brand new device at the end of the month if we can hit our goal. Stay tuned for more information, and thank you so much for the love and continued support.
What's up, guys? It's Powerbang. Today we're going to be voicing over a gameplay that I did a little bit earlier today, and I'm not going to lie, this was an accident. I was trying to play Miramar to give you guys some tips. I'm going to actually drop a video later today on that exact subject. But that being said, guys, I misclicked, hit Erangel, which seems to happen a lot now. I either go into one map or the other when I don't actually mean to, but we had an amazing gameplay today, so stay tuned for some clutch performance towards the end here of this one, as well as, yeah, I'm just gonna save the surprise. You guys will see towards the end here. So we drop out of the plane, we go to the South Georgia Pole crates, and we're gonna go down just like we normally would. And notice, guys, now we have the parachutes falling much quicker to the ground, and you can't glide quite as far while holding the forward position on the joysticks. That's something to take note of. I do check behind me here to make sure I don't have anybody on my tail, and I do, in fact, have 2 players on my tail, so I expect them to land to my, what is this, east, I guess, behind me right now, and I expect them to be over there, so I'm desperately trying to find a weapon as soon as possible. The shotgun here really doesn't do much to help me out. So I'm still looking around, trying to come up with really anything right now that's going to help me out. And here we got the level 3 backpack already, so we got plenty of room to store stuff. I get a pistol, and now I see the rifle just in front of me. It's the M16, one of my favorite guns in the game right now. And I see a guy over on the left crates here in just a moment, so we're going to go ahead and target him. If only I had had a red dot or something. I tried the iron sights. There's the holographic, so now I know I can pop ahead as soon as I see him. So there he is, peeking and looking at me. He goes back in, pops out, and first burst to the head. You're done, son. All right, so first kill in the books. We're going to continue to loot up here, and we are just basically rocking the loot in the South Georgia Pole crates. You get the 416 right now, and so now we're rocking a pretty good loadout. And we've got a level 2 helmet, level 2 vest already as well. So good ammo, good rifles. We're in a really good position right now, and it's time to just go loot up this enemy. So we'll climb up, and again, we have a little trouble jumping straight up here. Still doesn't want to vault. You have to actually strafe out a little bit and give yourself a little cushion from the crates. And right away, we find an AR suppressor. So I'm like, what? And then I look and I notice the Kar 98 as well. So I was like, wow, okay. I guess we'll go ahead and serve the sniper role with the Kar 98, and I will get rid of the M416, or get rid of the M16 and rock the Kar 98. Yeah, so on the Erangel map, I feel like the 416 is a better rifle all around than the M16. You're in more situations where you need to full auto spray. There's a lot more houses to clear. We'll see that, you know, in the future as well, where the M16 probably would not have been a great choice. But I go with the 416 here instead of the M16, whereas on Miramar, the M16, in my opinion, is probably a better choice simply because of the muzzle velocity and the distance at the damage at range that you can do with that weapon is pretty good. So again, continuing to loot up, just kind of keeping my my head on a swivel here, looking around. As you can see, always checking the tops of the crates, and I see a level 3 helmet here. Look at that on the top of the red crate. But unfortunately, PUBG be trolling because there's no freaking way to get up here. There's actually no way to get on top of this red crate. And I try the old starting zone trick where you jump up and pull yourself up, and I was unable to get up there. If you guys know a way to get up on top of a really tall crate like that with nothing, no steps, no boost, no nothing, let me know in the comments. But yeah, we try here the jump, and we don't even get close. So I'm like, all right, I guess we're not going to get this level 3 helmet. It just wasn't meant to be. We'll continue on looting around, and yeah. So just kind of watching this back, I see a Jeep, and I realize right away that we are good to go on wheels later on. So I'll keep that in the back of my mind for a vehicle that I want to take. And there is another M416 with the 5.56 ammo, and we are already up to almost 300 rounds of ammunition in store here. So we're going to swap out the extended mag quick draw onto our M416, and then we'll get rid of the quick draw here. And right now I hear a plane coming, and I'm like, maybe I'll get lucky and get a crate too. I've already got 400 rounds of ammo, 120 in the Car 98. So I am good literally for the rest of the game on ammo. I see footsteps on my mini-map at this point. Orange footsteps, so you can kind of tell, you know, they're behind me right now. Here they are. I'm still trying to, like, locate this guy by sound. The plane made it a little bit difficult. I get shot. He's right below me. And right now I'm waiting for him. So just kind of waiting to see which way he goes around. There he is. So we take him down, and we're going to go ahead and loot his body as well. So 2 kills in the bag already, and he didn't really have much. I think that might have been a bot. So we're going to go ahead and painkiller up, and then we'll move on to the next location. So here we go, continuing to loot, continue to look around, and I did have the zone, guys, so I was not pressured to move at all, but as I'm looting up over here on the left side, I hear a car. I see one coming, and hey, he's driving right at me, and I guarantee you he doesn't see me yet. I shoot him right in the face! It's the only thing even showing! And I don't get the headshot, so he stops right here next to me, inexplicably. So I'm like, hey, thanks. I try to get the shots on him, because honestly, I expected him to keep driving, but he hops out, Jaeger bomb gets headshot, and that is the 3rd kill in the books. So we run over, gonna loot him up, and then we'll just hop in his car and take this thing over to the Jeep that we saw earlier. Remember, this car is low gas, and that Jeep, I assumed as a fresh spawn, would not be low gas. And my goal here, with the zone being where it was actually the mountaintop just south of the South George crates is perfectly in the center of the zone. And for me, that is where I want to be, man. Up top, I've got the 8x scope, I've got a 4x scope, I've got the Car 98. I mean, life is good. So here we go, we're driving the car right on over. We're gonna go ahead and stop in just a moment at the Jeep, and then we'll be getting ready to hop out and go up that mountain right in front of us there to the southeast. So good, nobody's taking the Jeep. I didn't figure they had. I had the crates pretty much on lockdown the whole time, but we hop out, grab the Jeep here, and the goal is to immediately get to the top of the mountain, as we do have a couple minutes till the zone comes in, but this thing is right in the middle of the zone, which means it'll likely be in the next couple of zones as well, so I know I can spend some time up there and control high ground. So as I'm driving up, I see another Jeep going up the hill, and I'm like, okay, so I need to kind of cut in, and my goal is to get out, and wow, I'm getting shot from behind here. So at this point, I'm just like, I need to get up as soon as possible. I see a guy right above me, and we take him out. So K9 Zombie goes down to the 416, and again, there's still somebody shooting at me, so I wanted to get up to the high ground as soon as possible and out of sight of that lower ground. So I know that I'm going to loot this guy up and immediately peek off the edge to see somebody that might be chasing me up. Similar to what I just did to this guy, I didn't want to have happen to me, although I felt better about hitting my shots from the upper, you know, strategically better position. So I peek off in just a moment here. There's that 8x scope, that's what I'm talking about. We are going to grab that and throw it on the Car 98 here in just a moment. We're going to actually ditch some loot here because, you know, I didn't have the room for it. So we got our scopes. We'll throw that on. And now we are happy campers. The 4x scope, I like the reticle better. I love that cross with the red and whatnot. But this was still fine too. So here's the guy that was chasing me up. He finally shows himself. And as I go to line up the headshot for the 1-shot, 1-kill, I see he's wearing a level 1 helmet. He disappears behind the ridge. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! So now I've got to go chase him, and I'm going to throw some grenades. Watch this grenade. Yeah, that... how did it not roll off the... I threw it off of a hard surface. It should have deflected, not like sticky bombed to the ground. It literally... that was right where I threw it. So it stuck there and ended up blowing me across the map, and I had like half of my health left. So I had to heal. And so we're going to throw 2 more grenades here, and I'm going to kind of hopefully get this guy on the run as I push him. Again, being very cognizant of people coming up the other side of the ridge to the southwest there, as well as basically both ends of the ridge are prime places to come out. So here we go. There's the dude. He's aiming down the hill for some reason. We're going to headshot him with the 416, and he's taken care of. So we got 5 kills in the book now. And now that I've taken some time and, you know, I've stayed stagnant for a bit at this position firing and stuff, I need to get to the other side to get line of sight on the other end of the ridge to make sure that nobody's sneaking up on my position. So that's exactly where I'm going right now. Looking off, I want to make sure nobody's coming up this pathway right here. It's another easy path to get up the mountain right in the center here. It'll cut off the middle of the ridge, but I look around, kind of take it slowly when you get to the crest, where before your head peaks up or before you expose your whole body. You want to just kind of look around, just how you see me strafe to the right and left there. That is kind of what you want to do when you come to the crest. You don't want to just immediately expose your whole body in case there is somebody sitting there. We look off, and again, all I'm looking for is movement down there, black specks, anything that's going to, catch my attention, I'm going to zoom in on. But ultimately, nothing does here. I'm going to continue to take painkillers, as I do have a lot of them, and the game is fairly near its end. We got 24 people left alive, and right now, I'm just going to keep pushing the edge over here because I want to see if anybody's coming up on the other end of this ridge. And this is going to get crazy here in just a moment, so... Here we go. We got another path where you can get up. I want to closely take a look at this, make sure nobody's chilling. Look at the zone, though, guys. I'm directly in the center, so I know I don't have to move. And, again, I'm just kind of patrolling the top here. I want to get good shots off of the sides of the mountain. I've got that high position to take advantage of. And then I just want to patrol the middle and make sure nobody's pushing up from the edges here. So just kind of looking off the sides, making sure, again, that we don't find anybody. And I see a crate way over here, and I find a guy. There we go. And we put some shots on him, and I miss. That one was awfully close, but we miss. He gets his attention for sure, though. And he renders out, so he comes back in. And again, I'm a little bit too high on that one. And finally, I am going to go ahead and make the adjustments needed to land the shot. And this shot right here, I was waiting for him to hop into the car because I had it dialed in. The distance was on lock, and I was going for the headshot. And unfortunately, he walks past the car and then goes back to it. So he just completely tricked me there. I thought at the, the second, time I thought about it, I thought he was going to go to the houses instead. But now he just kind of goes down the road. It's following the road right now, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a shot. Predicting where he's gonna go, but he goes up the side here, and this I couldn't believe. He just literally stops right in front of me, and I put my crosshair right on his head, and I hit the steering wheel. I'm pretty sure I hit the steering wheel. It was so close. So I see him take off. I'm gonna reload the Car 98, and again, I'm gonna push the advantage all the way to the edge of the ridge. I want to make sure nobody's coming up the side. And I figure if they are, they're going to hear that car first and engage on that target. So I should hear gunfire if there is any issue. But right here, I start to hear a car coming up the ridge, and I'm like, really? So I see him, and he's just chilling. So I'm just going to drop a couple headshots on him. There they are, 2 headshots, and Tavon Perry is down. Got to get out of the car a little bit quicker there, buddy. So again, no cuts right here in the video. Just marching back and forth. I see the plane fly over the top of us right now, and I'm kind of watching to see where the crates are going to go, because if I do get an opportunity to pounce on a crate or to scope in on one, I may take that. So it does drop just right off to the northwest of us, and as we're pushing up to loot this guy up and clear the side, I do see another car is in the exact same spot, has pulled up right next to the guy. They're piling cars on top of each other. So I'm like, I'm going to nade this guy. So again, I try to bounce it off of the ledge here. My goal is to land them both on the left side of his positions to force him to the right. So you see the grenade blow up, he moves, and just like that, I'm already flanking around to the right, so he gets popped. And then, again, no cuts in the video, another guy flies up the hill, and I headshot him as he flies over. Have to reload, unfortunately, it cost me the kill here. He gets out of sight. And I know that he is on the run. The red hit marker there means that you did headshot the opponent, so I know he's one shot from being dead. And again, I'm going to immediately push my advantage because I know he's going to go try to heal. And there he is, out of the car, behind the tree. He thinks he's safe, but the champion is going down. Not the champion today, my friend. 416 is getting it done. That's 6, 7, and 8 kills right back to back to back. All of these guys piling up cars in the same spot on the ridge. You'd think with that kind of graveyard going up there, people would just stop driving up. So kind of an interesting little interaction there for sure. We grabbed some drinks, some health, and we are good to keep moving. I'm going to go ahead and loot. And then again, the zone you can see is right behind me now. So what I want to do is kind of hang for a minute, and then we'll ensure that the zone comes in and nobody's behind us, and then we'll go ahead and move off of it to try to get down to where this ultimately closes in. You can see the blue in the distance closing in as well. And this is going to be an intense end of the game, I have a feeling. I have a feeling because I already played it and I know what happens, so ha, 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 joke's on you. All right, so we loot up, and here we go. We're going to start heading down here in just a moment. Looking around right now, trying to figure out where this dude is that's firing at me. So we head up the hill, and again, right now, I want to check and make sure that nobody is behind me. Just making sure that nobody's just lurking up here. Blue zone. All right, I feel pretty good about it now. Nobody's just chilling up there. All right, good to go. Let's get off this ridge and go see what's up. So I see a crate out there in the distance. We put a scope on it, make sure that nobody's there, and wow, okay, so we got a central zone out in the middle of the field. Not a huge fan of those, but here we go. We're going to loot up and start heading down the mountain. So we go down the right side of this ridge, and as I'm running down, I look up, and then off to the left here, we see a nice little buggy, another one, and I snipe him in the buggy, knowing he's gonna die. As soon as he peeks here, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go kill him, so I just gotta run and rush that position. I see blood splatter, though, and somebody headshots him. I hear the sounds directly on the other side of the ridge, so I'm like, all right, for one, dude, you don't steal my kills. For two, I'm pushing your position now, and what I wanted to do, instead of going around the mountain, I went up to the top of the mountain so I'd have the high ground. That way I could come down on top of him. So now I'm kind of pushing to find him. I go back to the high ground to get that good vantage point. There he is. Easy kill. Headshot, headshot, and Rage Jr. is down with the M4, and really good stuff there from me on positioning, going back up the hill, making sure that you've got the good tactical position. And we got 22 seconds now till the zone comes in. So I'm going to loot, and again, another 8x scope here. He does have the level 3 helmet. I swap it out because it seems to have a little bit less damage on it. But now we're fully level 3'd out, level 3 bag, level 3 helmet, level 3 vest, and we're going to be pushing into the final couple of circles here. So as we push in, we've got 9 killed right now, and I'm going to be approaching some houses where I know there's going to be people, simply because there's not a lot of folks in this last zone, or not a lot of houses in this last zone. Again, plane going overhead, I want to know where that's going, because I want to know if it's going to drop a crate right on top of me or something like that. So there's the houses I'm talking about. I'm going to post up at this tree and figure out if there are people there, and if there are, well, I'm going to have to deal with it. So I zoom in, and I immediately notice there's a buggy. So, okay, I'm like, there's a guy there in the houses, 100%. And right now a Jeep flies up, and I'm waiting on the shot here because I do not want to call his attention, because I figured these two guys in the houses, they're going to fight each other and ultimately take each other out. So I'm going to approach the house, 7 people left alive, and I'm waiting for the gunfire to erupt here, to be honest with you. Crate's going to land directly in front of me to the northwest, and all I'm trying to do now is push the house here to get to this first building where I know he is not. If there was a guy in it, I know that there would have probably been gunfire when the guy pulled up in the first place. So I hear gunshots off to my left, and I feel like, you know what? That guy's a ways away, and he'll probably end up killing me in the end, so I'm going to try to take him out right now. He is glitching out, though, running in midair on the mountain, so I don't really know where to aim. Had that, been a little bit more apparent, like, that's one thing PUBG really needs to fix on their game, is mountaintops and scoping in and seeing those people. They clip out, and they float in the middle of the air, and you don't really know where to put your crosshairs. So here we go. We're going to push the house now. He's not in this red one. He is in the 2-story. We hear him here. Upstairs, you can tell by the sound, so I'm going to crawl through the window. And as I come up, I was ready to fire here, and the button didn't go off. I don't know what happened there, but it almost gets me killed. I retreat, and I'm like, you know what? I hear a grenade. I'm just going to go ahead and fully medkit. He can't really hit me from there with the nade. And so now I'm going to make some noise out front, get him to come to this side, and then I'm going to go up the stairs. My goal was to get him in the room so I could push it safely up the stairs. And sure enough, he's there. I peek to get that ammo going. He moves. And then I was trying to get him to come through the doorway. I check my ammo really quickly. I've got 10 shots left, and I'm like, I can finish him with that. We get the headshots there. You see those red hit markers pop up, and Avu is down. So GG on the house push. We were able to get it done with that guy holding position, and we are now down to the final 4. And the bad part is, though, is we are out of the circle at this point, and we need to move. So we got to heal up here, get ourselves into a good situation. I am fully boosted. I'm going to bandage, try to get to 75 as soon as possible, maximize my boosts, and then I know I've got to move. So another 8x scope, another level 3 helmet. So we're going to grab all that stuff just to kind of replenish here, and then out the window, I just want to scan that hospital to make sure nobody's jumping out of the windows, peeking the windows, standing on the roof, that type of thing, because I know they have to move as well. So here comes the zone in just a moment.
We got 5 seconds, and again, I'm checking for people pushing from that ridge and from the hospital. Again, peeking out the window here, trying to see what I can see. I feel like there's a guy floating on the horizon over there, but I can't really get a shot on him from here anyway. So what I'm going to do is try to hop out the window, and we will do our best to get to the zone. So I wait. We're at 0. The zone's coming in, and this is where it gets a little bit sketchy. So I'm like, all right, it's good to go. I need to run now. The zone is almost here. And as I hop out, I'm immediately getting shot at. So I'm like, okay, yay, great. So I'm looking around for this guy. I don't see him. The blue zone is going to pass me here, and I have to go. Can't find the guy. More shots coming in. I finally see the guy on the horizon. We zoom in. Headshot. And we need one more, and we get him again. Bufo is down with the 416. 11th kill in the books. And we are low health, so I got to heal up immediately. But now I'm afraid that people are going to see me while I'm prone here. And it turns out I was right. So I heal up. We're going to get that last drink. And he hits my pan on the first shot. Thank God. First shot, second shot, we hit him. Third shot, we hit him. Fourth shot, we hit him. And he stays peaked. Thank God. So last shot here, I take my time, aim it up, and King Dude gets popped. Even though he's got a load of cover and I'm standing in the open. Get wrecked is all I got to say. 12 kills now in the books. And we are now down to the final 2. We're going to the final zone, man, and this is getting intense, guys. I do not have the zone right now, and I am exposed. I've had to give my position up twice now, so I know my enemy has a massive, massive advantage. I know for a fact he knows where I'm at, and I'm just hoping that I can eliminate a good line-of-sight shot on me and stay in this little ravine here as long as possible. I'm hoping he makes a mistake. That's all I can pray for at this point is please move first, please stand up, please accidentally fire at me. Do something that's going to give yourself away, but look at how big the zone is. The guy could be anywhere. I suspect he's off to my west by the trees, simply because the other 2 guys that I killed, they would have gotten into a skirmish had they been off to the southwest here in the fields. Those guys were fairly close in proximity already, so all of that should be clear. We skip forward a little bit. The zone is coming in. I have to stand up again and run into the circle. Unfortunately, now I really know I'm screwed because I just stood up. I'm sure the guy saw me, and again, he does not fire, so I'm like frustrated because I don't know where he's at. Had he exchanged fire with me right there, I would have been ready. Yeah, man. So I continue to crawl in. But notice the zone. I got screwed by the zone again, and I have to keep crawling towards the trees where I feel this guy is at. So if he is there, he can just sit and camp and wait me out, basically. And I have to keep crawling towards him. I'm 30 meters out, and we're going to go ahead and pop drinks, get full. We're trying to recover that health before we go into this final area. And, man, this zone is not being friendly to old PB at all this game. We got to keep crawling for it in the final circle here. So searching around, again, kind of looking off to the left. The only thing I'm looking at over there are the rocks. Those are the places where I feel he could be. Other than that, though, I feel like not this tree, but the trees after this up to 285, 300 area, I feel like those would be the places where this guy would be hiding. So I stopped just inside the zone, and we're going to wait it out right now and try to make it, do our best, basically, to, try to do our best to locate this guy as soon as possible. I'm hoping that with this next zone coming in, like every zone, when you find yourself in this final circle, you want to wait for the zone to move because you don't know where this other guy is at either. Like, he could be in the same position as me, where he's kind of screwed by the zone. He's crawling really quickly to get to the edge, and he doesn't want to really go any further. And so when the zone eventually moves, he could be getting up like I had to just a moment ago and running in. And if that's the case, you want to be ready for him, and you want to be able to get the first shots off because it's almost impossible to react at close range if somebody's got decent aim. So the next zone comes up, and oh my God, we are absolutely screwed again. Like, how many times in a row is this other dude going to get the zone? The only place that he could be on the map where I feel I have a disadvantage is at the tree that's directly to my right now. If he's there, obviously that's a tactical advantage. He's got cover. He's got the shadows in his favor. And not only that, I have to... Ooh, got a moth. Got him. And not only that, but I have to go to him. So I'm going to go ahead and take one last painkiller, 20 seconds left. We are full health, but I need every little advantage that I can get. If my health ticks at just the right time, maybe it wins me the fight. I don't know, but the painkillers are not going to do any good for me. Wasted left in my bag, so I'm going to take them, max them out. The play area is going to constrict right now, and this is going to get sketchy. We got 380 rounds of ammo. I think that should be good for this last fight. So the play area is coming in. I moved to the tree. At this point, I'm like, okay, the guy is there at the other tree. I've made the decision in my mind that that is where this guy is. Unfortunately, I don't see him. I come up. I still don't see him. I'm watching the replay right now to see if he ever shows himself. And I don't see him. I don't see him. And the best part is, I died to the zone. So homeboy doesn't get the kill on me. If you actually die to the zone and not a player, you lose less points. So tip for the pros there. Anyways, guys, that is all I have for today's episode. Please like the video and subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you guys next time.